In ancient times, Crook worked for himself. Crook had his own net, and whatever fish he caught belonged to him. He owned his tools and the product of his labor. Life was simple until one day a big capitalist named Mr. Shelby arrived in Sadafabad. He built a large net-making factory. The factory's nets were cheaper and better than Crook's handmade nets. Very soon, no one bought from Crook anymore, and he went bankrupt. With nothing left, Crook was forced to work for Mr. Shelby. Crook was no longer the owner of the tools. The only thing he had left was his ability to work. The contract was simple. Crook worked all day, and in return, he received 20 shells as wages, an income that was only enough for survival and daily food. Here is where the main story of Marxian economics begins. Crook produced 10 nets in a working day. Mr. Shelby sold each net for 10 shells. This means Crook created 100 shells of value per day with his labor, but he only received 20 shells in wages. The question is, where did those extra 80 shells go? Those 80 shells are called surplus value. This is the profit that goes into Mr. Shelby's pocket, the owner of the factory, or the means of production. From Marx's perspective, this profit was the result of exploiting Crook's labor power. Crook wove nets every day, but he no longer owned any of them. He couldn't even buy one of the nets he had made with a full day's wage. Crook had become alienated from the product of his labor, from the process of his labor, and from his creativity. Marx called this feeling alienation. To gain more profit, Mr. Shelby forced the workers to work more or lowered their wages, while the workers, for survival, demanded higher wages. This conflict of interests is what Marx called class struggle. The story teaches three things about Marxian economics. Society is divided into two main classes: those who own the means of production, like Mr. Shelby, and those who sell only their labor power, like Crook. The second is the concept of surplus value, the difference between the value a worker creates and the wage they receive, which is the main source of capitalist profit. The third is that this system naturally leads to class conflict, because the interests of workers and the interests of capitalists always oppose each other. Marxian economics is a critical analysis of these relations and tries to explain the internal mechanisms of capitalism. Whether we agree with it or not, this theory has been one of the most influential ideas in history.